All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol RKT, Rocket Companies Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So, Rocket Companies Inc. was in a bearish run for quite some time. And as I always stated to everyone, first-time viewer or even a subscriber or, frequent viewer, I was stating to everybody that if 1830 got broken through, this was going to see newer lows and it was going to start to reach new support levels. Well, it didn't see that and it didn't get close to that at all. And the most important number right now for the bulls is $34 and some change. I mean, I like to round it down to not be exact because right now we don't need to analyze that just yet. But the closer it gets to $34, I would definitely get it to the T and be to specifics. But I will state that 34.44 needs to be broken through for the bulls to reach new highs and new resistance levels. Now, this wasn't a bearish run throughout this whole time, but something that I had noticed yesterday was that volume has been very calm and very low, and there was going to be a moment where this could turn around. It was about to happen because it stayed steady between $21 and $19 for the last couple of weeks. And that right there was showing me that this stock, even though it was in a bearish run and trend, that the low volume, which was 7 million yesterday and 7 million the day before, and probably close to that number as well a couple of days before that this stock was not falling fairly quickly. I saw it kind of just slowly, hanging out, jumping up, jumping down with the volatility of the market, but it was staying really close to $20, and that there was going to be a moment that this would break through resistance and have to cross the 50-day moving average and get itself up to newer highs. Well, we clearly see that today in today's chart. I guess the bulls heard me and they said, let's load up on stocks and bring this one up. So here we are now, closed off at 23.05. So very important to keep in mind that this was very volatile and in upward direction, and today's volume multiplied literally by almost 4. I mean, needed 1 more million to make it 4 times where we were at before, which was 7 million and some change. So that right there signifies that most of this volume was buying in and bringing this one up. And literally, we can see it, and it moved up about $3 and some change as it continued to work its way up and have this run. I mean, it broke through the 50-day moving average, it broke through resistance, used it as support, and it just shot up like a rocket, as the company says. Rocket companies. Now the question is, could this momentum continue, or how quickly will this just fall right back down? That's right there my question for tomorrow. Tomorrow ends the week. So if this was, let's just say, a run up and people are going to start taking profits and cashing out, we could see this slightly dip. But if really that was the only intention and there was no real bulls that see, I guess, innovation or a prospective outlook of good stuff happening for this company in the near future, then obviously most of them are going to get out and we may see this fall. But if there's true bulls, this will continue, even though, there's going to be volatility, because that's normal. The up and down movement, that's normal in the market. Doesn't matter what stock you're looking at. But this stock had a run, and the question is, will this run quickly fall right back down after people take profits or whoever joined in and the bulls turn into bears? Or are there true bears that are not in this, right? And they had no chance to even appear here, and there's true bulls to actually be the ones running this up and hopefully continue to bring this up to newer highs and newer levels of resistance. So let's go ahead and look at our new resistance and our new support. Now, I do want to state that support is going to be very hard here to actually point out due to the fact that this was just a run. I mean, there wasn't even a leveling off throughout the day. I mean, if I zoom in, this slightly leveled off here, but barely. This was just a run. And the lowest point was way down here. So I'm going to talk about a few things, and I'm going to talk about the lowest point in this run before it continued. And then we're going to look at it from that perspective. And then I'm going to talk about it a little bit broader so that you can see other support levels to keep in mind. So let's look at what we want to see for tomorrow. Let's move this to its right location. Off by a couple cents. There we go. All right, so our resistance, super important number, 23.23. That needs to be broken through. After closing at 23.05, the bulls need to break through 23.23. They need to turn that into a support so they can continue the run up. Now, if the bulls do accomplish that, then the next point would be way up here at 23.51. Now, that number is not such an important number right now, but if you want to write it down, that is one of the highest points after this resistance level before it continued to fall. So 23.51 is a very important number to keep in mind. If 23.23 gets turned into a support and this continues the momentum in an upward direction, moving further away from the 50-day moving average in an upward direction. Now, again, the bulls need to break through 23.23. I want to emphasize that. There's no let's hang out sideways and, kind of just leave this still in bullish territory. Yeah, they're in bullish territory, but to maintain themselves in bullish territory, to maintain the bullish momentum, they need to break through 23.23, turn that to a support, and continue to work their way up to newer highs and new resistance levels. Now, our 50-day moving average, it is 20.80. Very important number. As long as we're above it, the bulls are in control and they're in full health. The moment we cross it and we're below it, the bears are starting to gain leverage, and the further away the bears are able to tear this one down and even break through support levels in bearish territory, then that means they've accomplished starting to gain control, and they're going to try to tear this one down to newer lows. Now here on this run, this is one of the lowest and most leveled off candlesticks of the day. If you could see it in this run, it kind of just hung out sideways a little bit and then it continued to shoot up. So this is our support level here before getting anywhere near the 50-day moving average and even looking at the support level below the 50-day moving average. So I want to use this as a point of reference to go ahead and pay close attention to the direction of where the stock is going. And this support level here is 21.51. I'd write that down. If this does get close to 21.51 or slightly above it and it jumps right back up, then the bulls did a good job at using support or slightly a little bit before support to jump right back up and stay in bullish territory. But again, the bulls, if they haven't accomplished breaking through 23.23, they need to break through that and turn that into a support. Back to our support level down here, 21.51 is our support level. Now, if it gets broken through, there's a small window between 21.51 and 20.80 to pay very close attention to. How quickly is it moving to newer lows, or are the bulls even trying to reappear and bring this one back up? Now, if support gets broken through quickly and it's getting closer to the 50-day moving average and the 50-day moving average gets broken through, now the bears are starting to gain leverage, and their true goal where they can start to gain control is breaking through the lowest point before this bullish run, and that's 1992, way down here. And at 1992, I can really say one thing: pay very close attention to what is going on and how quickly is this going to start to hit newer lows, and are the bears tearing this one down and dominating it, right? And if this was to hit 1992 in one day from this bullish run and quickly fall close to those numbers, this right here is actually getting dominated by the bears. There's a lot of uncertainty. Everyone was in it just to profit take, and there weren't any true bulls in this bullish run. So pay attention to those behaviors and those cues to know what is going on and if this was really a healthy gain here and if this is going to continue its momentum. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Share this with your friends and community. And if you feel encouraged or inclined to subscribe, please do so. But don't forget to click on the bell. By clicking on the bell, you turn on all notifications to not miss a single video that I post. And at the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video. And in that video, I talk about the S&P 500 and different ticker symbols that are actually within the S&P 500. I go into more detail about it in that video. I don't disclose specific ticker symbols because I'd rather allow people and investors that are watching and viewers to make their own rational decisions based off of what I'm explaining, right? Because if the S&P 500 is moving up several points due to these Federal Reserve pumps that I talk about in the video as well on scheduled dates, then within the S&P 500 index, there's 500 ticker symbols to choose from. I don't want to choose them for you. You go ahead and take the time to do the research and due diligence. I'm just here to enlighten you guys on the great news that there's an opportunity to profit because these ticker symbols are moving up 30 cents to $3 and maybe even more per share. I know it doesn't sound like a lot per share, but profits are profits and it does add up when you think about it. Per share, 30 cents to $3 of gains in profit. That is phenomenal. Check it out. I don't guarantee that those profits will happen. I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold. I'm just here to inform every investor on the great news that there's an opportunity to profit in the market while it's going down or it's going up, thanks to these Federal Reserve pumps for as long as they are actually being allocated into the market. And also, it's a way to maximize profits and minimize losses. And I'm just here to help every investor and viewer on the great news and also give them much more broken down information about it because some people know about it and some people don't. And I'm here to share it with you all. So check out in that video that great information. Don't miss out on it. And thank you guys once again for watching. And let's make some money.